Hi, this is Sakala Pachu de Bras, and welcome to another edition of How to Collect Art. Over my 20 odd years of collecting art, I have made a few mistakes on my own. I have learnt, I have grown as an art collector, and now I have a more discerning eye, slowly understanding what everybody talks about in the art world. I specifically will tell you this on the onset that I am not a huge contemporary art collector. I collect modern art, I collect the Navratnas, and I collect pre-1947 art also. I don't understand contemporary. I'm dipping my toes into them slowly, but it's going to take some time. I'm not convinced by that. But having said that, let's just talk about what I consider is the most important lesson I've learned over the years in collecting art. I learned that provenance was one of the most important things, that is the history of an art piece, as I spoke about in the earlier video. Today I will talk about two other aspects which are very, very important when collecting art. One of them is the age, the other one is the quality of the art piece. What do you mean by age or quality? Okay, so just to give you an idea, I bought an F. Souza, this 1996 F. Souza, acrylic on paper. Great buy, great price, a couple of years ago. And Souzas are very much in demand. A huge market for it because he's a master, he's quirky, he's difficult to understand, and it's not a tick that I wanted. I just liked the piece of paper. It spoke to me, so I bought the art piece. Having said that, I was very keen on having a 50s Souza. Now 1950s, F. Souza came up with some fabulous pieces of art, and he imbibed what was around him, what was happening around him. It was not like he was doing just provocative naked women paintings, or what other people would consider slightly grotesque faces of people. He was also painting what was happening around him. So in 1958, during the riots in London, where there were racist riots between the whites and the blacks who had been brought into the country to work for them as workers were attacked by the white people, and there was a huge amount of racist riots. And he was so upset and shocked with what he saw that he painted a painting called A Negro in Mourning. It is in the Shelley Souza collection, and it recently was up on sale in Christie's. Why is this painting so important? Because it was relevant then and is relevant now. Is it not? We have so much racism around us, and his daughter has written about the fact that my father's paintings kind of are timeless in what they do. People look at a Souza and think, oh, he's just, he wants to provocate, he wants to talk about naked women, he wants to do things like that and talk about. But his idea was to talk about what makes human beings uncomfortable. A dialogue about what makes us uncomfortable. About the puritanical society that we lived in and how there were double standards around. I mean, after all, there is a double standard in this world for everything we do. And he brought out, it makes people uncomfortable. But I picked up a Souza of 1956, which was this naked woman that he painted when he was in France. I love it. It's a beautiful piece. It's acrylic on paper. And my husband and me argued about the painting. He was like, oh my God, it's so in your face. And I said, that's the point. That's the point of the dialogue, in your face. But the quality is really good and the age is perfect. and the theme is fantastic, and it's exactly what he would have done or said or done with his art piece. He was trying to evoke an emotion in us, and that's what the quality and the age do. They evoke an emotion in us. Some of the artists, when they painted a particular era, they evoked an emotion in us. For example, this particular Raza behind me, it is a later Raza of his on the Bindu series. His earlier Razas, a lot of people did not understand. A lot of people kind of looked at it and said it's a bunch of smudge. But if you actually look at it, every single stroke of that painting in the earlier paintings in his 50s, brush stroke was a certain way, there was a language in each of the brush strokes. Okay, fine, I'm sounding too intellectual when I say this. We identify Raza with his Bindu series, which is what this is all about, the Bindu series. This is the Bindu series. It's a high quality piece. It's a small piece by most Raza standards, but it's a very good quality. It's detailed, it's fantastic quality, and I have been offered a lot of money by a lot of people to buy it off me. I don't plan to part with it, I'm just saying. But this is the point about a good quality painting. You pick up a painting of good quality and of a good age. Good age, tick. Good quality, tick. Both of them out of the way, and a good provenance. The history of the art piece is fantastic. So I'm a happy puppy. But take, for example, M.F. Hussain and Ram Kumar. Now, I'll give you a little story. It's very interesting when I was researching these pieces, because I actually have two pieces of it which I'm not going to be showing you the painting. M.F. Hussain and Ram Kumar in the 60s, early 60s, went to Benares for a month. They decided to go to Benares, and they said, let's just go there and get some inspiration, let's go around there. They descended in Benares in the middle of December. It was freezing cold, it was smoggy, grey and depressive. And both of them felt the death and the decay of the city. It captured both the imaginations. Hussain apparently griped about the trip the entire time that they were there. And they both decided to stay there and paint the city in what they decided was their version of the city. Thus was born Ram Kumar's famous Benares series, where he actually painted. He decided he was not going to paint the people of Benares, though I have a sketch of his of the people of Benares. He was going to paint the city of Benares with the water and the ghats and the reflection in the water. And he painted many of them. So if you look at, so he started out with a sketchbook, and the sketchbook is, sketches of the city, beautiful black and white sketches. I have one of them. And he sketched the city and the reflection in the water and the ghats and the fires. And then he came back to Bombay, and then he painted the city in his vision with his eye. He painted the city in the Benares series using just a palette of black, white and maybe a bit of yellow or brown ombre to make a point about the city. The yellow probably represented the fires. Hussain, in fact, went there thinking that it will be like how they show, the holy, the color, the dramatic thing. There was nothing of the sort. It was grey and miserable and, full of death. So he painted a series on Benares, but it did not leave him with such an impact as it left Ram Kumar. Hussain painted the people, the butchers he saw, some woman doing some work, a dead body being taken. He painted, he sketched, that's what he sketched. He sketched the people. Ram Kumar sketched the place, he actually got the essence of Banaras and he sketched it as a city. It became a living throbbing place. It had its own entity. That is the age and the quality of a painter that you need to buy. A Banaras series by Ram Kumar. Hussein's famous horses. Hussein's famous paintings of Mother Teresa. Most collectible. Not available. You want to remember Hussein as the controversial guy? Do not. Remember him as a genius painter whose paintings, especially the older ones, are very, very collectible. They all pushed the boundaries. Why were they so good at what they did? They pushed the boundaries. They pushed each other. They encouraged each other. They understood each other. They understood art. But coming back to my point about quality and age. So when you pick up a painting of anybody, any genre, anybody, you need to understand that you need to have good provenance, good quality, and good age, the right age of the product. Quality has to be good. A lot of these painters have painted a lot, sketched a lot, made a lot of paintings. You need to get a quality painting of that particular painter to make sure that you don't have what is considered a mass painting that he did. Some of them just did it, they just churned out a painting every day. And not every day, you know what I mean. So you need to get that painting that nobody else has. The way to educate yourself is to visit galleries. However much we can research it on the net, trust me, when you see a painting in person, it's a completely different. When I was sent the Sousa picture, I was not impressed with it at all. Okay, firstly it came on my phone, so the image was about this big, so it doesn't do much to it. It's only when I saw it in the gallery under good light, with the galleries explaining to me the entire process of what it was about, the age, the time, the place, and everything like that, then it struck me on, oh my God, this is a gem. So go back, research. When you go down or when you go to meet people, walk up to the artist's art gallery and walk into an art gallery and ask. They don't mind telling you what the painting is all about. The days when, by appointment only outside an art gallery is gone. Now there are more walk-in clients than by appointment only. Get onto a newsletter, research websites, speak to people who know, visit galleries, visit friends who have good collections. And after a certain point of time, you will understand what I'm talking about. Good quality, good provenance, good age. And in the meantime, I will post some more about this. Just before going, I'm going to just show you one little image of another painting I bought, which was the Jamini Roy. What is so special about this Jamini Roy? Jamini Roy did a whole series on, Jamini Roy did a whole series on art, which was Mother and Child series, which was in the National Gallery in Delhi, and he also did a whole series on, he was very interested in knowing about Jesus Christ and Mother Mary. This painting is a Jesus Christ Mother Mary painting, and it's a large piece, and it's also part of the what I consider the Navratna, which means that I can't take it out of the country, and it's going to be left in my home, in my mom's home in India. But it's a gift from my mom to me. And I really appreciate that she understands what I want and what I'm passionate about and is helping me accumulate some good quality art. So till then, till next time, thank you for watching. This is Sakala Pachu Dibras and I sign off. And if you have any queries or anything like that, please drop in a line or subscribe to my channel. It's Sakala Pachu Dibras on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching.